Blackmagic Design, creating revolutionary solutions for film, post-production, and television.
Hi everybody, I'm Haley Royal from Cinematography for Actors here with Jordan Aldridge from No Film School. We're covering NAB 2024 for No Film School, and right now we are at the Blackmagic booth. Thank you, Blackmagic, we love ya. Craig Heffernan, we are so glad that we have a minute to talk to you. I'm going to let Jordan ask you the questions.
All right, well, we're here at Blackmagic. We want to talk about the big news of NAB 2024, which is the Blackmagic Ursa Cine 12K. We've got a demo. We've talked to Grant about it. We got the press release out. We haven't been able to touch it yet. We haven't been able to shoot with it. We have a prototype, an actual camera here. I wonder if you could kind of take us through, what are you most excited about? I do want to see, you got the two panels on both sides. Kind of take us through it.
Starting at the front, I guess, because in terms of what are we most excited about, it's the sensor. It's the performance and the capability of what the camera can shoot. So we previously had the 12K Ursa product, and that camera was available a few years ago, but this is a complete redesign of what we wanted from the Ursa Cine camera platform. So we have a 12K full frame sensor built in here. This will, at the highest level, work at 12K with open gate 3:2. So we've got a fantastically large resolution that can work with loads of anamorphic lens options, and all the way then down through 12K, 8K, and 4K. It has a 9K option as well, where you can work and match to Super 35 lenses if that's your method of choice, or if you're matching this camera even to celluloid and film use. But one of the key advantages and one of the technologies underneath all of that is it's an RGB sensor. So what we have here is a camera that's going to offer color uniformity with sampling in every single channel, red, green, and blue at 1:1. So you get really high quality images, color fidelity, and reproduction when you take that camera then back through to post-production and DaVinci Resolve.
Very cool. So from the last of the Ursa line, where does this kind of stand now for people looking for, I think we talked to Grant the other day, and he called it a dream high-end cinema camera. Where do you see this fitting in the marketplace right now, and what kind of level of filmmaker do you think would be interested in kind of going with this camera for their productions?
Well, this is without doubt the best camera we've ever made and placed into the market, and we do see it as being a digital film camera for high-end production. So in Grant's words, when we looked at what the camera we wanted to make, it was no holds barred. It was no cost, really. We wanted to put all the best technologies we could, from the sensor, all the new media systems that are built in, the connectivity into post-production, the way that we can integrate directly from set into post or with DITs. So we do see this as a camera that's going to fit into those workflows. So that's independent filmmaking all the way through to studio and Hollywood and as far as we can go. I think for us it's a statement that we build technologies that have been used in that high end. Maybe we've been the B camera, we've been VFX, we've got workflow support, and we know how deeply entrenched DaVinci Resolve is at high-end production. And this is a camera that we really now taking that next step forwards with what we can offer from a camera system as well. From a design point of view, it's very similar to the Ursa Mini Pro platform. What we've changed, though, say internally, one of the key differences is the new media modules. So because the camera can record in open gate 12K in Blackmagic RAW, we needed a media system that was going to be robust and fast enough to keep up. The camera outperforms most conventional media. So we've introduced the new Blackmagic media modules. You'll get 8 terabytes of media storage in the camera when you buy it, and that is a reliable and fast media for whenever you're shooting at 12K, 8K, or 4K itself.
Is this a brand new I've never seen anything. Clearly, I've never seen anything like this before. But it is because it's new. It's an invention. It's not normal.
New for us, yeah. So it's NVMe M2 storage, so it's super fast in write speed. So again, when you're working at 12K open gate, you're talking about data rates in sort of the 4 gigabit per second sort of area, particularly if you're working in high data rate Blackmagic RAW. So we needed something that could keep pace with that level of performance. If that's not for you, although it's a proprietary media system, we will have an alternative so that you could take this out and put in a different module that's got slots for CF Express. So if that's your preferred media and you're not working at those higher levels inside the camera, you can still use those media cards if you've got them. We're not expecting you to only use Blackmagic media.
That seems like a nice thing for an indie filmmaker who's probably used to working on something with different types of media, and so they're not trapped working with this. They can put in something they're comfortable with.
Yeah, absolutely. But it comes with the camera. So when you buy the camera package, so $15,000 for the camera, you'll get 8 terabytes of storage in one of these media units. 8 terabytes, even in 12K, you're talking about 4 to 6 hours of recording, so there's a lot of capability in the media. You may not even need to take the media out of the camera. So we have a 10 gig e-port on the side.
Yeah.
So we can directly connect the camera into a network. So from your workstation, you can interrogate and see the media through some REST API. So you can media manage. So when you finish recording, maybe between setups, relighting, resetting, or reblocking, you can be pulling the files off directly over an Ethernet connection into post. And then if you need to, you can delete the files off, and you might never need to then take the media out of the camera at all.
What did you say for price point?
It's $15,000.
For the dream high-end media camera. That sounds kind of like a dream.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a good deal. So when are we shipping for these?
So this will be shipping in May.
Okay.
Looking to get them out as soon as we can. Really excited about what we'll see. We want to put them into hands of some leading DOPs and some contacts we've got first and see what they think of it, and then start developing the product. And then we'll get these out into mass production as fast as possible.
Is there a proxy mode?
Proxy mode? Yes. So the camera will record as a sidecar, H.264 proxy in HD. So then if you, again, in your workflow point of view, you can be sending those across in Blackmagic Cloud. You'll notice we've got Wi-Fi antennas on the camera, so there's built-in Wi-Fi in the camera itself. So you could set the camera up, you'll see an IP address for the camera on the network, and then you can pull the proxy files off from the camera straight into post as well. So you can use Blackmagic Cloud, share those through a Resolve project straight away from set.
Yeah, can we check out the sensor here?
Can do. We have to de-rig.
Can we take it apart?
It's going to take me a second to probably get into the camera.
Okay, here we are looking
Yeah,
at
get
the
in there.
sensor.
Cool.
All right, look at that sensor.
Look at that sensor.
What's cool about this sensor?
It's full form, large format, 12K resolution. I mentioned before about it being RGB based, so that means, again, the color uniformity across red, green, and blue channels for color reproduction. There's also then W pixels, so these effectively are giving you a luminance sample inside of the sensor as well. So when you put all of that together, we know that the reproduction and the color uniformity in post-production through DaVinci Resolve is the best that we can possibly achieve. What it also allows us to do, it's a 12K sensor, so people are going to be thinking, well, I don't want to shoot in 12K, that's far too much in terms of data and resolution.
Too many Ks.
Too many Ks, right? For VFX, fantastic, we want to put as much resolution through as possible. But if you're working in 4K, you can still put the camera into 4K mode, but unlike other camera systems, it doesn't scale the sensor. So what that will mean is you'll still get full width and height from the sensor, so your field of view and your lens depth of field will not be affected by the change in resolution, because we can do in-camera sensor scaling. So because of the RGB design of the sensor, we can actually scale it down in camera with some processing, and then output 4K if that's your preferred resolution for the camera to be working in.
I think we're excited to check it out, excited to see kind of some hands-on reviews to start coming out, and excited to see where it fits in the marketplace and what people are interested in.